Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, with you tuning in on your community station in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you. Also, those joining us through our online affiliates around the world, our good friends in Dallas, Texas, and Entertainment Radio. Those joining us in Florida, of course, with our good friends there at Legends Radio Network. We're glad that you all could be with us, too. We're excited to have an exclusive for you all here today at Conversations Live. We have a first-timer not only on our program, but also in an exclusive interview with us. James Mississippi Marshall is here to talk to us not only about his love of music, but also what it's been like for him this year to be able to introduce his own music to the world. He has a new single that's out now called Country Raised. If you all have not heard the single for yourself, we'll be playing it for you all here and letting you all know how you can own it for yourself. Now, James is from my home state of Mississippi, and he talks about very prominently about that song in the single, but he also, I think, will help all of us to realize the importance of having pride in where we're from. We'll talk to him about that pride for himself, how the song came about, and more importantly, how you all can stay connected with him. James, hello to you and welcome to the program, man.
Mr. Webb, how you doing, sir?
Hey, doing really good, man. Glad to have you on with us, man, on our different affiliates here for sure. I mean, first of all, let's talk about this. You've had your song out now. The world is now able to hear Country Raised. What has that experience been like for you to go from having an idea for a song to now having a song that people can be able to play and enjoy?
Oh, man, it's been a great experience, man. Just happy to get it out finally. And just hoping it touches a lot of people here, being okay to represent where you're from.
Right. Yeah. And that's really what I took away from the song, James. I have to say I had an opportunity to hear the song before it was officially released. And myself, my friends know I'm a big nerd. James, hip-hop is not something people normally come to me for my opinion on. But when I heard this song, I was like, wow, I can probably look weird in my car playing this, but I really like this song because, it is a song that I think talks about the pride that you mentioned, but also, the things that make us who we are. I mean, did you know that you wanted your introduction to be that, a song that not only told people, of course, I'm from Mississippi, but some of the things that you feel as though made you who you are as a man?
Actually, I didn't, but when I recorded the song, I kind of wanted it to be the single, as my introduction, so people could know, where I'm from, so you won't have to guess. Most artists you hear on the radio, a lot of them sound alike, so you have to guess where they from, or, so that's basically what it was.
Right. Well, one of the things that you said, even in this conversation, that, it's been a great feeling for you. But for many people, it was a surprise when they first saw you posting on Facebook and on Instagram, the cover for the single. I mean, why did you decide that now was the time? Because one of the things you had told me in a previous conversation was that you've always been around music. But why did you decide that now was the time for people to know you and your own talent in music?
I just felt like, it's not that many Mississippi artists, out there nationwide. So, that's basically what it was. I wanted to let, the world know that, Mississippi do have good artists out there, that they can catch your attention or whatever. So, that's basically what the deal was behind, the Country Raised or whatever, just representing where I'm from and, and just let them know, Mississippi has something to say as far as the music industry.
Right, for sure. And I think that is definitely true. One of the individuals that a lot of people know, not only in Mississippi, but around the country and even around the world, that's mentioned in this particular song is David Banner. I mean, who were some of the artists that influenced you, as you were not only growing, but also kind of being able to shape your own sound?
Well, growing up listening to music, I started out listening to gospel, blues, R&B. So, rap wasn't, really just, my big thing at first, so, but once I started listening to rap, 3 6 Mafia, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, a couple of artists, David Banner also, was a couple of artists, that kind of influenced me, to want to rap, and get in the music industry.
Right. And I think that is one of the things I think a lot of people can relate to. And I think that, again, goes to the relatability factor that people will feel. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome to an exclusive here on Conversations Live, James Mississippi Marshall. It is his first radio interview talking about his own musical journey, but also now his new single that's available for you all to be able to get. It's called Country Raised. That song is coming up here in just a bit. I think, one of the big things, again, going to this single, James, is that the pride. A lot of times, and I've been on this kick for a while myself, in that a lot of times when people say, they can't believe I'm from Mississippi, or why are you still living in Mississippi? It's like this thing about Mississippi, being the wilderness or being a plague. I mean, talk to us about how being raised in Mississippi, how it helped to shape you.
Being raised, it keeps you humble. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Being raised, on certain type of foods, just being in the country, it keeps you very humble,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And even in the song, I mentioned in my review on Amazon.com, there are some of the things that you mentioned, in the song that kind of, remind you of, of this state. I mean, do you feel as though that's also something that was important for you as you kind of kicked off your own music career, James, to let people know some of the things that help you to become who you are?
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. And I think, too, now that the song is out, you're able to hear from people, not only, of course, that are physically around you, but because you use social media, you're active on Facebook, you're active on Instagram. How is that worldwide audience? How is having access to that, James? How does it help you in getting the word out?
It's helping a lot because, once they hear the song, they're surprised because, like I said, there's not many Mississippi artists out there, that's on a national platform right now. Mm-hmm. So, just when you think of Mississippi, you think of other stuff instead of rap music or whatever.
Right. Well, one of the things that we talk about a lot on this program, James, is the importance of getting out of your own way and not allowing fear to stop you. I mean, because this is your very first single, did you have any hesitation or any fear as to, how people would receive it and what people would think of it and you as an artist?
I kind of, sort of, you know what I'm saying? Because, everybody, hasn't been in Mississippi, so they haven't experienced, the things that we have, being from there or whatever. So,
right.
The music thing is so different right now. So, Country Raised, I think it was a good idea to put that song out. Just, let them know that, Mississippi has something to say as far as music.
Right. I think that is so true. I want to give you a public compliment here, James, because one of the things, again, when you and I first connected and you told me that you were going to be doing music, and I got a chance to hear not only this single but another song for yours, is that you were already prepared with not only, of course, what people would look at as the explicit or the quote-unquote regular version of the single, but also the radio version. I think one of the big things that independent artists miss out on these days is realizing that people do still listen to the radio, and the radio can't play certain types of music, so that means that certain artists are kind of locked out of that radio audience. I mean, the business side of this seemed to be something you gave a lot of thought. I mean, how important was that for you in preparing for what we now hear? Man,
I gave it a lot of thought. It was like a business decision, to do regular version and radio version, so the kids were able to listen to it too, so right. Not only, just that, but, just the, because most times when you hear kids listen to music, they're cussing a lot. So it was very important to put the radio edit out, to just so that they're able to listen to it, with their parents or grandparents that's also from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I think that is so true. And, you have a song that's coming up. You probably don't want to talk much about it now, but another song that I respect a whole lot where you are really showing, the positive impact of the woman in our lives and making sure that we're treating the women in our lives correct. I mean, that is not something that hip-hop is typically known for doing. There is a certain stigma when it comes to hip-hop as to the treatment of women. Why is that important for you to show a different side of how men in hip-hop view women?
Well, the singer you're talking about is "Show Me What's Real." I kind of did this song when I thought about it. was kind of trying to catch the the mid crowd or whatever, because women are still important in men's life or whatever. A lot of women go through certain situations or whatever in relationships. So that was very important though to do that song and for it to get ready to be released soon.
Right. Well, it's definitely something for our audience to be able to look forward to. I want to go back to Country Raised for a moment because we are getting ready to hear that single. James, you did not do that song by yourself. Talk to us about the feature and what that was like for you to be able to partner with someone who could see the vision when it comes to what you wanted to do with that song.
My friend John Rowe is actually the feature on that song, and he's actually from Coldwater, Mississippi. So when I presented him with the idea of doing the song, he was all in, and he could feel where I was coming from as far as pulling the song out to represent Mississippi. Just like I said, not many Mississippi artists is out on mainstream. You know what I'm saying? So when I presented him with the idea to do the song, it was a great thing, and he was all in on it.
Well, for those that have not had a chance to hear it, here is Country Raised by James Mississippi Marshall. We'll be back with our final moments with James right after this, so stay with us.
Country made. I guess I'm a country. Yeah, my cookie let me sip. Country made, country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi made. Country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi made.
Jacktown finest, Mississippi. Come on, KOM, that's 601, I represent it. Country, you know this up in me. I do it for the city, state I'm from, that's Mississippi. Leans, greens, cornbread, that's on my plate. Rough in the sweat, is a killing every other day. West side of the city, I was born, I was raised this way. She say I sound country, I would have it any other way. Grind till I shine, money on my mind. This day been down long enough, put it on my back, it's my time. So we gon' grind how we grind, you know we shine how we shine. If it ain't about securing the bag, stop wasting my time.
Country made, country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi made. Country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi. I'm so Mississippi, dirt road, I had to get to where I'm getting was a hurt soul. Man, body and flesh, I had to work both. With a Magnolia State like BJ and Bo. In the Arcabulla Lake, I had to walk through. Still got the Mississippi mud on my boots. Cold water, the jack time. Super low, the Senatobia, the back wine. Batesville, Como, Hernando. But the odds that day, it's a diamond bowl. AC right around the corner, Uncle down the street. Soul food, every Sunday church every week. Round the table, big cousin on the trampoline. What you know about cheese toast and grilled cheese? Walking on the asphalt with your bare feet. 51 car there, Uncle got it done. Big crit, David Bella, get your money pimp. Got a tool up, trying to hit the jackpot. Yeah, blowing turn the green line from the cornfield. At the crowd table, oh, I think my left high. From the city to the country, man, it's so real. Yeah, from Memphis to Mississippi, beating ticket, they going in. 628, 601, show you right. Country made, country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi made. Country living, country people, country ways. I guess I'm a country live when I got country in my veins. I can show you how we living, them my cookie letter sipping. Can't forget them country days, I'm a Mississippi made.
again was Country Raised by recording artist James Mississippi Marshall. We've been talking to James today in this exclusive interview, not only about that particular single, but also what it's been like for him to share his own love of music with the world, to be able to make his own mark in music, and also to let people know about where he's from and how he became the person that he is today. I think, that you mentioned something as I was asking you about the different versions of this song, James, about the kids. I think a lot of times kids get left out of this because we forget that they do listen to a lot of this music, whether we see it as, being appropriate for them to be singing or, listening to or not. How important is it for you to give a different image for young people as to what they can do and how they can pursue their own goals and dreams?
It's very important. Let them know that, if you interested in doing music, that, you don't have to cuss in every song, you don't have to use the N-word. It's different ways and different avenues that you can put out music instead of, just the explicit way or whatever. So it was very important to me, to also reach the kids. That's why I also did the radio edit of it.
Right. Do you see yourself also, James, as an example for other aspiring artists as to what they need to do if they want to be able to make their mark? Because there's three things that I think that you have done well that people can learn from. One, it's very obvious you did your research as to, how you wanted to present yourself and the business side of it, and not just thinking about the kind of music that you want to do. Two, of course, creating music that is true to who you are, but also being able to market it in a way that people outside of Mississippi can listen to it, and to be able, of course, to be able to see themselves in it and relate to it. The third thing I think is so important in the digital world that we live in today, James, and that is the use of social media and being able to use it for more than telling us, where you're having lunch and how bad you feel about a situation. I mean, are those three things that you hope aspiring artists will be able to recognize the importance of doing as they're kind of trying to make their own mark?
Oh, most definitely. You have to have different avenues of trying to do music. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have one avenue. You have to have different avenues for different crowds and different people. So yeah, I thought it was great just to reach different peoples and different places or whatever.
Right. And I think, again, that's something that all of us can be able to learn from. Again, James Mississippi Marshall has been our guest. Great conversation with you, James. We've been talking with him not only about his own love of music, but also what it's been like for him to share that now with you all as he is introducing himself as a recording artist now. Are you still getting that statement, James? I didn't know you did music. Are people still saying that to you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I get it a lot.
Yeah. So what advice would you give, man, to people out there who are listening to this conversation? Maybe it's not music for them, but whatever it is, maybe there's something they've been wanting to do. What would you say to them about the importance of just doing it? Just
stay real to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. No matter how many times you fail or, how many times you try and it don't work out for you. Just keep pushing and stay focused on what you're trying to achieve as far as whatever you're doing in life.
Right. Well, I think that's it, and I think that's a great reminder for all of us. Again, James Mississippi Marshall. The single is Country Raised. It's available through our friends at Amazon.com or through your favorite online retailer. If Amazon is not the place where you go for music, I'll forgive you for that, but you can go to your favorite place that you go to get your music and to be able to get the single from there. And, James, how can our audience stay connected with you, man, and kind of keep up with everything going on with you?
You can keep up with me through Facebook at James Mississippi Marshall, also Instagram at James Mississippi Marshall, Snapchat KOM_601. You can also find me on there too.
Okay. So make sure you all are definitely staying connected with James. James, man, congratulations to you again on the single. Looking forward to what's coming up next for you. And it goes without saying, man, you're welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to having you back.
Man, appreciate you, Mr. Webb.
Yeah. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with James, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go over to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.